This episode is brought to you by Audi. The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The all-new, fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron is here. The next chapter of Audi starts now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Imagine what's possible when learning doesn't get in the way of life. At Capella University, our game-changing FlexPath learning format lets you set your own deadlines so you can learn at a time and pace that works for you. It's an education you can tailor to your schedule. That means you don't have to put your life on hold to pursue your professional goals. Instead, enjoy learning your way and earn your degree without missing a beat. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
Welcome back to the Infinite Rabbit Hole. I'm your host, Jeremy. Tonight, we have a guest, a special guest. But before that, you get to hear about us. Actually, you get to hear about Jeff, because I don't have anything really exciting to talk about. But Jeff does. Jeff.
What's up?
What'd you do today, buddy?
Dude, okay, so first we went, me and Creams, me and Chucky, we went to NASA today, bro.
Spied on NASA, huh?
Well, we weren't spying. It was more like an infiltration, right? We were in there. They let us in the gates.
By infiltration means that you went up, you bought a ticket.
Listen, we don't have to get into the nitty gritty about the whole thing. All you need to know is that we went in there.
You swiped your credit card. They have all your information now.
Listen, I was prepared to ask the hard questions. Like we found the lady. She had a picture on the wall, and her title was like director of the budget or something. I don't know. So we were like, "Where's this lady? I want to talk to her." $60 million a day situation, but no, we ended up having a pretty decent time, and we became astronauts, dude. We succumbed.
Yeah, you did.
We succumbed to the shilling.
You are a shill. Look at you.
Now the earth is no longer flat. That's all.
All right. Look at you. Falling in the line like a good boy. I like it.
You're welcome.
Look at you.
Somebody in our speaking of this, last week, me and Creamer were doing a Shadow Band episode, and like right at the end, some dillhole on YouTube was like, "These guys are CIA shills. This is a shill channel." And then he just like logged off, and I'm like, "Bro, who is this guy? And like, where have you been for the last 5 years, dude?" Anyways, carry on.
Anyways, all right. Well, now that we all know that Jeff has had his shill initiation, and he officially understands that space is real and that the Earth is round, and he'll fess up and tell everybody so. Let's go ahead and. Yeah, he does. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our guest for the night. We have the owner of Northwoods Bricks. They specialize in these guys right here. If you are watching on Twitch, YouTube, or any other video platform that we play on, including Spotify when the episode drops, Alex owns the company that does these guys right here. This is Mothman. How cool is that? How freaking cool is that? Go ahead, Jeff. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. I was actually looking at your website and I was like, dude, I want to buy some of these.
Right? How freaking cool is that? And then I got the Hodag. Look at the Hodag, man. Look at him. Look at it.
Are you gonna well, I guess we'll talk more about it, but you got more coming down the pipe, right? You got some other monsters coming?
We do. We've got some exciting things coming out in 2025. The first one we've got coming out will be a Wendigo.
Ooh. Now,
Yep.
okay, cool. So let's talk about that for a second. Which one are you going with? Are you going with the native lore kind of
nerd,
hey, this is the show for this, right? Are you going with the native lore frozen zombie spirit kind of Wendigo, or are you going with the new age stag head version? What you going with there, man?
We actually went with a little bit of a combination.
Ooh, okay.
We teamed up with Chad Lewis,
Ooh.
who is a investigator. If you've heard of him.
Oh yeah.
And kind of worked with him. Wendigo is sensitive, one of the more sensitive cryptids out there. So we wanted to make sure we were very respectful to the history of the Wendigo, but still celebrate, the weirdness and scariness of it. So it's got the stag head, but we still have the icy eyes. We've got an icy heart, and try to represent some of the lanky, long scariness of a traditional Wendigo.
Hey, Jeff, can I increase the size of his?
Yeah, go to layout and then go to
Full screen speaker.
There you go.
All right, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
No, that's about all I had to say.
Oh man, check him out. That thing's freaking cool.
So this is the prototype. So some of them, like the hips, are white. That's not going to be white when it actually gets released. It's just not a color that's available until we have it customly molded for us.
Oh yeah, dude, check that out. That is freaking
Dude, you get
cool.
custom Lego parts molded for you guys?
Technically not Lego. Lego's a brand,
Okay.
just like Kleenex is a tissue. But we have custom colors made in pieces that normally wouldn't have those colors, so we can complete the design properly. We
That is
just
so
have to
cool.
meet minimums, which most people wouldn't do.
Sure.
I could buy like 10 million of a certain piece or whatever for them to make the order.
I want to say it was a little over the 1.5 year mark of the show. We had a special guest. We had our number one fan on. She's actually in the chat right now, Kenzar. She's under the K-Turts tag. She's from Canada. She became a co-host for a little while. She's just blowing it up right now. She goes, "That Mothman is badass. I want a Mothman. Okay, I want one of those too. The Wendigo is so cool. That thing is so cool." She's just going, ha ha hi. So we did a 2-parter. I asked her what she wanted to cover, because at the time she was our biggest fan, and she said she wanted to cover a cryptid from Canada, and I gave her a list of cryptids, and what she landed on was the Wendigo, and so I said, yeah, absolutely. Let me just do the research. Then the book that I grabbed was Chad Lewis's Wendigo Lore. So, yeah, isn't that cool? Look, he's gonna go grab it. We're gonna touch books.
There we go.
Ah, look at that. Look.
Chad Lewis.
It's kind of embarrassing how many Chad Lewis books I have back here. It's a lot. It's a lot. Chad Lewis actually went to school right here at Stout in Menominee, and there's a little bookstore right down the road, Dragon Tales Books, that has a bunch of books that are signed by him there. My wife went, and when we first moved here, it was about 2 years ago, went and grabbed me a book on Peppy, the monster of Lake Pepin. And I opened it up, and it's got a signature from Chad Lewis on it. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick. Right there. There we go. So right there, Chad Lewis and Noah Voss, and then there you go. Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, there it is.
But yeah, I emailed him before, trying to get him on the show. I haven't heard back from him, but I'd love to pick his brain, man. I love Chad Lewis. That guy's awesome. I love everything that he puts out. The guy's phenomenal.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to see him speak at one of the local libraries or little venues around, he's a very good storyteller.
Well, I'm in charge of putting together the speakers at UFO Days in Elmwood this year, so I will definitely be trying to reach out for him for that this year. So
there you go.
Yeah, but let's get back to you. Well, actually, I got a funny story. I'm trying to make this nice display back here for you today, right? And trying to make it all nice and neat because this isn't normally my setup, right? And I dropped my sign. I used to have my Infinite Rabbit Hole sign up here, and I drop it down over here, and my Mothman tumbles off of my bookshelf and shatters. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like 5 minutes before I'm supposed to send you your link. And I'm like, oh, man. So I don't even know if he's technically put together right, but he's standing. He's standing just fine. But what got you into this, man? Let's talk about that.
Well, it started a couple of years ago. We were going up to Fargo, North Dakota to visit some family.
Yep.
My wife's father wasn't doing well, and we were buying a lot of Lego sets, letting my son play with the Legos and letting his grandpa watch him play. He had passed away, and we had racked up a little bit of debt from going up there so much. And we thought, hey, we got to get out of this somehow. And, I was tired of doing manual labor and figuring I could go build a retaining wall, but I didn't want to do that anymore. I said, I'll use my brain.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? There's not a Hodag Lego out there. We could figure that out. We could do it. And we did. So we did the Hodag, the big Hodag that you've got behind you there.
Yep.
And we sold it at the Hodag store up in Rhinelander. And Ben, the owner of the Hodag store, said, hey, Alex, how fast can you get a Mothman done? Because people will love it. And that was May of 2 years ago, so 2023. And we got it done. And it was 4 days before the Mothman Festival started. We ended up driving down to Wausau and picking up all of the sets at a hub and brought them down to Point Pleasant. And next thing you know, they were selling fantastic. And
I'm sure. Yeah.
We just kept going from there.
Man, I'll tell you, I've probably handed out your link at least 30 times.
I appreciate that.
That's just off the Mothman and the Hodag, man. And the Mothman sat behind me a few times for recordings. Eventually, I mean, I've got so many things in the studio, it's obnoxious. So I kind of rotate them a little bit. But the Mothman, I had a couple people come down and tour the studio, and I have pictures of it in my phone. So whenever I talk to somebody outside or whatever, I show them all the cool stuff I have in my studio. And that the Mothman is such an eye catcher to people, man. They're just
whenever I talk to somebody outside, bro, go touch some fucking grass, dude. Jesus.
Jeez. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you.
You're just the way you said it, bro.
Such a great guy. Such a great guy.
I speak to humans,
when I go speak to humans, other people.
See the sun.
Hey, you're talking about how it fell and it may not even be put together correctly. We actually brought the prototype down to Point Pleasant and showed Jeff, the owner of the museum, and took pictures with the Mothman touching the shiny hiney of the statue.
Yeah.
And shortly before we presented it to him, we had dropped it and broke it. and had to quickly throw it together. So our original pictures with the statue and at the museum, it's not assembled correctly.
No, really?
It's quickly thrown together too. Yep.
That's awesome.
But nobody knows. That's a part of the beauty about brick sets or Legos is, you can put it back together and it may not be perfect, but nobody'd ever know.
I've got a couple pieces in here from Jeff Wembley, actually. I've got a flyer from the Mothman Museum. Down here, I've got a few books, Behind the Red Eyes and Mothman, The Facts Behind the Legend. Those were both sent to me by Wembley. I reached out to him because I was going to do a big Mothman feature at one point that I never ended up doing because I did an Injured Cold one, a 4-part Injured Cold one with Ashers from the On Wednesdays We Talk Weird podcast, and the Injured Cold story comes from the same area, the Point Pleasant, Gallipolis, Ohio area, and he had heard it, and he was like, man, you did such a great job. If you ever want to do a Mothman one, just let me know. I've got material that I think would really help you. And those books actually are just, they're basically just photocopies of like newspaper clippings and stuff like that, which is really cool. And he just sent it to me, so that was really neat. And then I'm not gonna go around just name everything, but yeah, man. The interest in the cryptids, did that start with the Hodag for you?
Yeah, so the Hodag, that's our hometown cryptid.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody up here eats, breathes, and sleeps the Hodag. It's on the police cars. It's the mascot of the school. It's life. And, from there, it's, you learn about other ones, the Beast of Bray Road, similar to Michigan Dogman, which is a set that we did. That was, tough trying to, do you go Dogman? Do you go Beast of Bray Road? Kind of keep it Wisconsin, but decided to give Michigan a little bit of love with that one.
I think it's a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's just, ever since we've been successful with the Mothman and branched out to Flatwoods Monster, which is another popular West Virginia one.
Oh, yeah.
And slowly just learning more and more about different cryptids and, building the cool ones.
Heck yeah, man. No, you've got a good collection going. I like how you're kind of spreading out from here in Wisconsin and kind of branching out. And then you just kind of have that island of West Virginia out there in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty cool. So do you know much about Hodag lore?
I know it. I'm familiar with it. Not real good at reciting it.
Yeah.
Got a couple friends that are real good at that part, and they're kind of the voice and speaking of the Hodag.
There was, I want to say, because I'm not from here, right? So I moved here about 3 years ago. My buddy and co-host Jake, who isn't with us today, he's all tuckered out. He's really tired. He
Uh-oh, the last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Him and I met in the Navy, and I ended up getting a job here, and he followed me here. So I grabbed a ton of books on like the local lore and everything, and it wasn't this one. I thought it was that book, but it's not. I've known about the Hodag. You know, that's one of the cryptids that, you know, if you're into the topic of cryptids or cryptozoology or urban legends in general, you're going to know the Hodag. But what I didn't know was that the Hodag apparently is like one of a group of Hodag-like creatures. Have you heard about that?
You're referring to like the fearsome creatures group?
Yeah.
Or okay, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've got one of our sets is a snow wasset, which is part of the fearsome creatures.
Yeah. So speaking of, it's not very often that I get stumped on what something is, but when you sent the boxes of the Mothman and the Hodag, you sent stickers too. And we, I got all your stickers hanging up on my wall over there. I got a whole wall full of stickers, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. So I challenged my son. I was like, all right, buddy, here you go figure it out. And it took him about 3 days to figure it out, but he did it. So, but what do you know about that guy? I don't know much about it.
So the snow wasset, we actually did that one for Cryptid Crate Junior. Cryptid Crate, it's a subscription cryptid company that will kind of send you mystery items of a certain cryptid each month. And Lisa, who works with the junior part of it, had asked us if we'd be interested in doing a set. So we just randomly chose the snow wasset because that was one that they kind of had lined up, and it really lines up well with us being up in the Northwoods and the Hodag and, you know, just kind of Paul Bunyan type logger lore. But the snow wasset, it's like a white weasel kind of snake. It's furry, doesn't have legs, and it will slither through the snow and jump up and eat rabbits and other small mammals.
Nice. Let's see.
Doesn't hurt humans though. But yeah, the wonderful thing about our sets is we tell the story of each cryptid on the back of the package. So if you're wanting to learn about different cryptids, or you think it might be a cool set but you just don't know about it, it's tells you all about it on the back, so you can learn as you build.
I went ahead and brought up pictures of the snow wasset for the listeners right now, so they can kind of see what I'm talking about. One of my daughters saw it too, and she's like, well, that's freaking cute. Oh, check it out. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me stop this share real quick so we can see that guy. I had seen pictures of this, and I was going to ask you where it was, but the Cryptid Crate Junior, that's where it came from, huh? That's cool, man.
Yep, they helped us with the idea of it, and it was featured in their snow wasset pack, and now we just sell them on our website, and it's completely posable. Move it whichever one you want. You make it into a bracelet. It's like a little puppy bracelet, one of my sister's friend's daughter says.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
That is
so
awesome.
We've got right now 5.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say we've got 5 little sets. We've got the snow wasset. We've got our mini Mothman. And then we've got a little tiny hodag.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Bigfoot and a Flatwoods monster as well.
Yeah, you do. Kenzar says it reminds me of Falcor from the Neverending Story. It does. It is. It does give you some reminiscence of that. It's
Crystal
funny.
wants the pillow. The dog. What is it? The Dagmallow?
Yeah, it's
The
so
Dagmallow.
Yeah, she wants them.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
So we did some stuffed animals for the Hodag store and some of the stores up here. Helped design them, and it was time to reorder them. And wasn't a big fan. They weren't soft. They weren't cuddly. So we put my 6-year-old Nolan in charge of designing the next plushie, and he decided to do a Hodag Squishmallow. Well, Squishmallow is a brand, and we can't, do that. So we created our own, which is the Dagmallow.
That's cool. That's freaking awesome.
Squishmallow inspired Hodag.
That is awesome. My
Show the back of it again. Yeah. Dude, it's got a little tail and everything. That's so sick.
Check them out.
Yeah, we got spikes going down the back. There's 7 of them.
So we're on the website. I'm sharing the website too, so that people can see it as well. The website, if anybody is interested, is
just northwoodsbricks.com.
There you go, northwoodsbricks.com. And I am on their shop page where it just has the list of everything that they have available right now. That Krampus is cool too. That comes with one of the mini Hodags?
It does, with the Hodag. It fits in his little satchel in the back.
That's awesome. That is too cool. Did you ever do a full-size Bigfoot?
We were working on one. We ran into some difficulties. It's one that we've considered, but there's so many good cryptids out there and so many good sets that we're just kind of waiting for sales to pick up on the little Bigfoot to help fund a big Bigfoot.
Gotcha.
So yeah, still working a full-time job, swing shift at a factory. This is a dream that we're able to do this, and everything we've got goes right back into developing more sets and getting more sets made for people.
Heck yeah, man. Cool. Well, I know Skeeter's going to be upset that he missed this one. Skeeter's one of our big fans. He's also our tech guy. He's I can't remember where he's from, but he's from around the area too. We met him for the first time in person at UFO Days last year, and I know he was looking forward to this chat. He was looking forward to it last time because we had you scheduled once before. For those that are listening, that's why this was kind of a last minute thing, but it is what it is. So can you give us a peek under the covers of what else you got coming up? Anything else?
Well, we've got our Mongolian deathworm.
Yeah,
part of it fell off just before I came on camera too. So
look at that thing.
But yeah, this one, it's fully posable like the snow wasset, but bigger, and then the teeth go in and out.
Jeez.
So definitely evil looking.
What is that one called?
The Mongolian deathworm.
Mongolian deathworm.
Brutal.
You should hear the lore behind that one. It's great.
Why haven't we done an episode on that? That sounds brutal, dude.
We could. Here, I'll bring up some pictures of that for
Mongolian deathworm. You guys remember that movie Tremors, dude?
That's what Tremors is based
It's just like that. Yeah.
What was the guy's name with the bunker? What was his fucking name?
I don't know, man. I don't watch movies. You know this.
Frank or something. I don't know. That was my hero when I was a kid. I was like, I want to be like that dude with the bunker and shit and the sandbags. Anyways.
Look at those creepy things. Look at them. Look how creepy they are.
Dude, hell.
Look at this one. Look at this one. Alex, did you see that?
Which one?
Could you see the screen share that I'm doing right now?
Oh yeah, I can.
Oh man. Oh, this like a half person, half Mongolian death worm. It's really weird. That is odd.
Are they small?
No, these things are big, man.
Big creatures?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I want that. See, okay, and they live in the desert and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mongolia, but
bro, okay, this might be real. This one might be real.
Dude, that's super cool.
Demigorgon leech. That's what kid said.
We got
Are there any other secrets that we can know about? Ooh, what is that?
What is this?
This is a Grafton monster. It's a little hard to make it out.
Yeah, it's not
with
white.
The random. It's not white. No, this is a prototype. So, like I said, not all of the pieces are available in that color. So sometimes we just have to build it with what's available and change the colors after. But we design all of them on Stud.io, which is an online CAD system. So we can build it digitally, and then from there make the instructions and do every part of it. But then it's important that we build it in person to make sure that it's actually structurally sound. Sometimes, what it says you can do on the computer versus what realistically you can do with gravity is completely different.
Oh yeah, Grafton Monster. That's another West Virginia one, isn't it?
That is Grafton, West Virginia.
I'll have to.
A lot of the cryptids are in the West Virginia Appalachian Mountain area, originate from over in that area, and then kind of up towards Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan. A lot of cryptid lore. Going out west, there's not nearly as many as is in the mountains. They've got Chupacabra and a few others, but kind of spread out through all the states, not so specific to a smaller region.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. There's it's like a condensed population of them in West Virginia, especially, but in the Appalachians. Period. I mean, you have the moon-eyed people. You have God, what was that? The Wampus cat down in the Carolinas and Tennessee. I mean, there's a ton of them there. It's
got the Fresno Nightcrawler, Veggie Man.
Oh yeah.
The squonk is becoming more and more popular. That's in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Yep.
Oh man, so cool. You do some cool stuff, man. I'm gonna have all of them here. All of them. I gotta make a section in here for them, just for those. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that is pretty sick. Legos and what is the other term that you use that's not Legos? Because these aren't Legos, just like a
brick set.
Brick set.
Yeah, they're just brick set. Yep.
I'll remember that. Yeah, man. I need. I always see these and I'm like, I want these, but I never do. I might actually get some of these though, because these are cool, right? These are cool.
Yeah. There's been a bad name for alt brick brands out there. China's done numbers on having these crap dollar store little bricks that just don't click together and they fall apart. And Lego's got a certain feel to it, and unfortunately, they won't make sets for other people. They just do their own.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to, source the next best factory that we can and make sure we focused on quality because. Being a fan of Lego and being a fan of cryptids, if I bought a set and put it together and it was junk bricks, I'd be heartbroken. I want all of them. I just don't want the one. So we really made sure we went with a good quality brand factory to produce our bricks for us.
Well, I hope that someday the Jackalope's on the list, man. That'd be so sick.
Oh, we're working on one.
Are you?
We're working on one. I've got a digital one done, just not in person yet.
I've got a thing for him, man. I love him. Love them.
I'll have to send you a picture after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenzar said, "Ooh, a jackalope would be amazing." I just got a jackalope tattoo the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's the 4th time, Jeff. What is it now? Yeah.
He showed me for like 10 straight minutes his tattoo earlier.
Yeah. He'll be all right. He'll be okay. No,
It's pretty cool.
There's a reason why we're the infinite rabbit hole with a jackalope. It's a thing, you know. It's a thing. But yeah. Cool, man. Jeff, you got any questions?
Not really, man, to be honest with you. I don't know a lot of cryptid. I'm not the cryptid guy, to be honest with you. So, it's a little out of my wheelhouse. The brick sets, I'm about that.
He's upset that you're not doing any NASA sets.
Do some conspiracy sets, man. Throw a conspiracy set. I don't know how you would do that or what you would do, to be honest. But, give me like a Montauk chair or like a, what's another good one? Fucking 9/11 or no, don't do that. Don't do a 9.
Don't do that. No, but like a saucer or a TR3V or something, that'd be pretty cool.
A TR3B would be sick. I would build a TR3B.
That'd be cool.
You familiar with that, Alex? The TR3B?
I have no idea what it is. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, look up the TR3B, man.
It is the big triangular UFO. It's actually there's a patent and everything out for it from the U.S. government.
Okay.
Yeah, it's people. There's been many reports, especially you can go through like the MUFON archives and everything, and look at the descriptions that people report, and you'd be like, "Yep, that's a TR3B."
Yeah, triangular spacecraft. Pretty simple. I mean, I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm just saying, if you had a TR3B, I would throw it in the shopping cart for sure. 100%. But no, that's pretty sick. It's a good idea for sure.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a never-ending list of cryptids, man. You can go on forever.
Then, that's what I'm saying. It's a good idea. I mean, and you're doing it. You're following through. So kudos to you. I also like to start businesses, but I also have a problem of like following through on them. So good on you, brother.
Hey,
this is business number like 52, and I finally followed through on one. I talked to the right people when I first started, and they didn't let me quit. So it was a good support system that just kept pushing and pushing, and then we started selling them, and then just random people that I've never talked to before or sending me messages to keep pushing and keep going. So here we are.
That's all you could do, man. It just keeps compiling on itself, right? So you never know, like one person might listen to this show and that person might be connected to somebody who can get you in on some level that, whatever. It's crazy. But it's cool.
The ideas come from everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
If you like books, you got it, right? Yeah,
Me?
that chat,
No.
at least chat. I know you don't, Jeff. Shut up. I don't care. So there's these 2 books by George Eberhardt. They're called Mysterious Creatures, A Guide to Cryptozoology. They're basically encyclopedias, man. They're freaking awesome. They have they're the same covers. One's A through M, the other one's N through Z. And like, man, if you want a stock full of mysterious creatures and stuff to pick through and everything, this is what you need right here. This is, I mean, every single thing that you could possibly think of. If it hasn't just been discovered in the last 5 to 10 years, it's in these. Like, I mean, it is. These things are amazing. I've recommended them to so many podcasters or startup cryptozoologists or whatever. They're amazing books. Every time that I go and restart a topic for the show or whatever, this is where I start. I always start in here to get a base level idea of what the topic is, especially when it comes to cryptids, lore, mythologies, urban legends, whatever it is, right? always start here, and then I go and grab a specialty book, something to dig in a little deeper. You literally have a never-ending list of things you can make block sets out of, man. There's so many people out there that would be willing to buy these and collect them. I know I'm going to. My son, like that Hodag is my son's, right? He needed that. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get you one and not me one. So I bought the Mothman one. My son's actually the one that discovered you. I don't know.
Oh, nice. How do you?
I have
don't
no
know
idea.
how.
No idea. I have no idea. And he's like, Dad, did you know that they make a Hodag Lego? And I was like, no, I did not. But let's find that, because we need that in this house. And
right.
And I found it, and I was looking through your stuff, and I was like, you want that? And he's like, yeah, I want that. And I was like, okay. Well, I looked at my wife. I was like, there's some really cool stuff on here. She's like, you want something, don't you? It's like, I do. She's like, what do you want? And I was like, well, I can't make up my mind. It's like, it's either Mothman or Dogman. It's one of the two. I can't. She's like, well, don't you already have a bunch of Mothman stuff? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll just get both. She goes, no, pick one. I was like, listen, I'll do what I want. But she runs the house, so, and my life. So, yeah.
I mean, you got a birthday once a year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll get the Dogman someday. But I got to get that Krampus. I got to get that Flatwoods monster one day too, man. That thing is sick too. Now,
have you thought about doing not just like the figures themselves, but like sets? Like what would you call it? Like a whole fucking environment. You know what I mean? You ever seen that?
We have. We've considered doing like a UFO kind of set that would have, like an abduction scene, more or less.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Like a Roswell crash site with like 4 dead bodies at it. Oh, that'd be freaking awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Man. So that's one that we've considered. Part of the problem is there's so many ideas.
Yeah.
There's so many choices out there that just trying to decide which ones to do. Which ones are people going to like that keep it going. Most of these sets that we're getting, the bigger ones we're getting in runs of 500 was the Dogman, up to 3,000 was the Mothman.
Wow.
So they're very limited runs, not a lot of sets made, but it's just expensive to produce them and get them over here. So trying to decide which ones to focus on and, to be able to break even to keep going is difficult. And some of the scene sets require so many pieces.
Oh yeah.
That
this episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Support comes from ServiceNow. We're for people doing the creative work they actually want to do. That's why this ad was written and read by a real person and not AI. You know what people don't want to do? Boring, busy work. Now with AI agents built into the ServiceNow platform, you can automate millions of repetitive tasks in every corner of your business, IT, HR, and more. so your people can focus on the work that they want to do. That's putting AI agents to work for people. It's your turn. Visit servicenow.com.
The price of the set would be, $100, and that's a hard trigger to pull for an alternative brand brick set. That's for most people.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to get our name out there and let them know, for quality, and then they're more willing to. But it's just, making a name for yourself in the community first, and then I think some of the bigger sets will come.
I get that. Yeah, you could think about ideas and even design ideas all day, design sets all day if you wanted, but it takes the time, but then really the money to even just get the prototype over and then build it like you were talking about earlier, let alone manufacture X amount of. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I've got a shelf of them completed, ready to go.
Yeah.
It's just financially we can only release so many at a time, and then it's finding stores that want to carry our products, and them having shelf space for us. Lego takes up a lot of space on shelves, and it's hard to get into their spot. But we've focused a lot on.
Did you know a Lego billionaire listens to this show, and he's going to hear this, and he's going to fire a couple $100 million your way to get you set up with all the sets you could think of. Yeah.
We'd have a lot of sets coming out real quick if that was the case.
There you go.
So do you design everything? Everything's designed by you?
I don't design everything. I started designing, and then I work with, there's two other guys that I'll work with. They may design some of a set, and then I'll design another aspect. But in the end, it would be more of I'm the head designer, and I work with a couple guys that'll help make sure that things aren't being overlooked, and we're just constantly challenging ourselves challenging each other to do better with them.
Oh, Mothman fell apart again on me. I knew I didn't have it together right. But the Mothman has some really intricate building pieces to it. Like, let me grab the bottom half of this, right? So for those of you that may not have heard, I dropped it when right before the episode started and shattered Mothman. But if you can see, I tried to pull down my curtain here to try to get rid of some of the glare so that you can kind of see a little bit better. But I mean, there's a lot of detail in this. Look at this. I don't know. There we go. That's better. Look at this. And they bend. Right? And they click in.
And that locks together so it'll stand better.
And like that's a ball and socket. Right? I mean, there's a lot here.
And you got the shiny hiney.
Yeah, look at the shiny butt.
Its very own shiny hiney.
I mean, there's a lot of detail in this, man. You guys killed it. It's awesome.
Thank you. And my favorite part about the Mothman is the wings, actually. We went back and forth on how to do the wings, and that's kind of where that collaboration of all of us together came together. And one guy was like, "No, we can do better on the wings. Let's do like mosaic." And there's just a lot of different pieces overlaying on each other on the wing that give it shape and some detail.
Yeah. Again, I'm not 100% sure I have that configuration correct, because that was a bit of it that broke off, but you can see there's a lot of different pieces. There's a lot of smooth and rough patches. Then you got, some circular and triangular bits, and it adds, like you said, a lot of really nice texture to it, man. It's a really nice piece. It really is. I was blown away by it when I finally had it all built up and really upset myself when I dropped it today. I was like, man,
that was the #1 selling item at the Mothman Museum last year.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Good for you.
Thank you.
Really cool. I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on the website, man. What do you got coming up? Anything?
The Wendigo is going to be the next one coming.
Cool.
That one we're hoping for a May release on that. Just finishing up a couple details on the packaging, and then it should hit production and start being made.
Sweet. Well, this episode should come out sometime mid to late March. So we'll post some links whenever I see it on the website. I'll post some links in the
we'll let you know when it's coming.
Yeah, man. Let me know. I'll post some links, and I'm gonna keep my eyes out for these scenery pieces, man. I want to see like a Mothman on top of Silver Bridge or in like the TNT area or something. Just a reminder.
Yeah, one of the bunkers would be cool.
Anybody in the chat, don't click on links that aren't posted by one of the hosts, please. I don't know who that is. Nobody click on that. Can we have one of the...
I'm going to try to delete it. I got to figure out how to do this shit on my phone.
Either you or one of the moderators get rid of it. Oh, Turt's got it. Thanks.
Good job, kid.
Sorry, Alex.
No, you're good.
Spammer in the chat. Not cool.
Cool, man. Jeff, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I was distracted by the spammer in the chat, and also my cat was scratching the fuck out of my couch, so I was distracted there for a second. No, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm impressed by the stuff too. I don't have one to be as impressed, but I will be getting some, and definitely, like I said, if you expand into the conspiracy world, I'll be looking for those too, man, for sure.
What would you suggest if we were going to go into the conspiracy world?
Well, you know, we
TR3B.
We talked about that, but to be honest, I looked and I found some. You wouldn't be the first, but I don't know if you care about that. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you could do. I'd have to think about it though, because I'm not a brick set guy, right? I don't know how that would translate. I don't know how you could translate like nanobot mind controlled chemtrails in a brick set, right? But there's a way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, dude, there's all kinds of stuff you could do, man. You could do the Philadelphia experiment with like bodies hanging out of bulkhead walls on ships and stuff.
You could do something like that, but that's more of like the scene situation. You know, you could do like the 5G towers that are disguised like trees, right? Like that'd be a good build. You know? I don't know, like there's a few cryptids I would definitely get. You know,
dude, what about
Mothman's cool.
What about the birds aren't real?
Birds aren't real. Oh, like a bird drone.
Yeah.
A bird drone, dude.
A bird with like a camera head?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That'd be sick.
There's something there. There's something there.
Oh, man. All right. Alex, why don't you go ahead and let everyone know where they can follow you, and you know, if they want to put in orders, or if they want to see what your catalog or socials.
Yeah, we've got
whatever you got
all of our stuff up on northwoodsbricks.com. That's where you can order. We ship out of our house, so we've got everything here ready to go. It's not like you've got to wait a long time for shipping or something to come from overseas. We've got a Facebook, we've got a Instagram. You could follow us on those. Just search Northwoods Bricks. We'll pop right up. But you can follow that and pay attention. We announce our new products when they're released. We'll have giveaways on there as well from time to time, and just sharing videos that people post as well. We just had a guy make a cool stop motion video of our Flatwoods Monster set stealing a pepperoni roll. So he had made that video. His name's Ken. Reached out to us, said, "Hey, I hope you like it," and said, "I absolutely love it. Can we do some more?" So got a package actually going out tomorrow of our other sets, and there'll be some more stop motion videos coming soon. So
hell yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure.
Cool stuff in the works.
We have somebody in the chat that says they want to see that too. So if you have a link to that, we could post that in our things as well. Love to check that out. But cool, man.
Yeah, we do. I'll send that your way too.
Yeah, man. Any upcoming festivals or anything like that you'll be at? Local?
We've got the Hodag Heritage Fest. That one, May 17th. This is up in Rhinelander.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will be at the Caps the weekend before this in, I want to say that one's Appleton.
Yep.
And then after that, we've got the Mothman Festival in September. But it's hard to get to a lot of festivals with a 6-year-old and a full-time job still.
Oh, yeah.
We make it to as many as we can. Last year we were at Krampusnacht in Milwaukee as well.
Oh yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, Jake and I were actually talking about going to that. That's awesome. Well, Jake and I might actually go up to that Rhinelander one. That seems like a pretty cool one. And then if you're free the last weekend of July, UFO Days in Elmwood's always looking for some love. So we'll talk about that off air if you're interested.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I'm free that weekend.
All right,
set up a table, bro. You'll definitely sell some.
Oh yeah,
sell some shit over there.
There'll be tons of people there that'll love that. But all right,
yeah, if you come up to the Hodag Heritage Fest, we've got a 40-foot inflatable Hodag.
Nice.
That will be there. So
nice, man. The 17th, you said?
May 17th. Yep.
Sweet. All right. Well, that has been another episode of the Infinite Rabbit Hole podcast. Alex, do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't.
All righty. Jeff, you got anything?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
All right. Until next time, travelers, we'll see you right here in the next path. We'll see you right here in the next fork in the path of the Infinite Rabbit Hole. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Alex, hang out for a second, all right?
Sounds good.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the Infinite Rabbit Hole podcast. If you're looking for more of our stuff, head on over to infiniterabbithole.com, where you can find links to all the podcast players that we are available on, and even our video platforms such as TikTok and YouTube. While you're there, make sure to check out all the links for our socials and hit that follow so you know when all the new stuff from our podcast comes out. And until next time, travelers, we'll see you right here in the next fork in the path of the Infinite Rabbit Hole. Bye.